Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'll be doing a GFX tutorial on how to make 3D text in Photopea. Okay, so I have this already opened up and I'm just going to go in and type in text, make that big, and if you want to have it easier to make a font or a 3D text easier, use a font that's kind of squared, like that could work. We'll just use this for now. And you're just going to duplicate this layer by hitting Control J, or you could double tap it and hit duplicate layer. But first we're going to go and make this text a color. We'll just do red for now. Okay, so you'll have your duplicate layer, and go ahead and make your top layer invisible, or make it not visible, and then go on the text layer and do color overlay and make the color overlay black. And then you're going to want to turn down the opacity to like 20 about. This is just so that when you have the 3D text you can see a little bit of difference like that. Okay, so next you're going to take this layer and you're going to drag it down a little and make it a little bit smaller. And if you don't know how to scale it down so that it doesn't go like that, hold shift while you do it and it'll make it scaled down. So we have this text right here, and we'll go and make a new layer by hitting this right here and get the bottom color that you have as the bottom color. And then you're going to see this up here at the top left, right under the arrow, where it has a couple different options. So you'll just click on that and hit polygon lasso select. And what this will do, if you tap, you can draw a line and then double tap and it'll fill it in like that. So what we're basically going to do is we see the top layer right here and we see this corner, and we know it's going to go down somewhere about right here. So you just tap there and it'll make a corner, and then bring it up so that you get the whole corner, and double tap and it'll select this area inside, and make sure you're on a new layer, and then do the keybind Control Backspace and that'll automatically fill it in. It makes it really useful. So next we're gonna go and go down and do that on here. You can do the whole thing at once if you want to, but sometimes it's easier to, or the whole letter at once, but sometimes it's easier to do it like one corner at a time. So I'll go over it on this next layer again. So you see the corner, so we see this point right here, and we're gonna zoom in and tap the corner once and it'll drag this line down, and you'll go to where that point is and you'll tap it again, and you want to get it as close as you can to the corner, and then you'll bring it so that it doesn't cut off the corner like that, and you'll go up here and just double tap where it is on your trackpad or your cursor, so then do Control Backspace or not Control Delete, but Control Backspace. Make sure you're not doing delete. And sometimes some letters are a little difficult, like text. It doesn't have any curves because just look at this font, it doesn't have any curves. So fonts that don't have curves are the easiest, but you're definitely going to have to do curves. I can do another example maybe on the next one. So you'll tap and make sure you get right on the corner. It doesn't have to be exact, but it would be nice if you can. And you'll fill that in with Control Backspace. And I'm pretty sure you can do this on any editor. I think Pixlr has it. I know Photoshop has it for sure. And sometimes with these little corners you can't see very well, just try to do your best. So you can zoom in a lot if you need to. Sometimes it makes it easier. And then also sometimes you might not be able to see where it is at. right here, I see it goes down right here. So double tap, fill that in, and we're just going to fill in this little area. So you have this corner, go over it again, you tap once, and then double tap, and then control backspace. And make sure you have your bottom color on it, or else it won't work. I didn't get this little bit of corner. Okay, and the last letter. You can also, I'll show you after this, you can bend the text also, or warp the text. Like right here, I'm doing the whole letter with one, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so now we have our 3D text. It looks okay. It could be a little bit better. So you have this, and you can double tap or do 2 fingers and tap on that layer with all the stuff and hit merge down. But sometimes you don't want to do that. You don't have to do it. And so we'll have this 3D text. And yeah, I'll just make it look a little bit nicer. You can do gradient overlay. Here's a little trick. Make both of them black. And then go to this top one, which is opacity, and you'll turn it down to 0%. And you see it'll only have this black one. And you can make it a little shaded, I guess you could call it, but just a little bit of difference, because normal text is not, it doesn't look very good if it's just a plain one, unless you're trying to do that. You could also add a stroke inside if you want. I'm not sure how this is going to look, we'll just see. This is also unnecessary, you don't have to do this part. Yeah, I don't think I'll do a stroke. And you'll also want to go and do the gradient overlay on the other one, just so that it'll look nice. And so there you have it, some 3D text. I'll do another way how to do it right now, which is a little bit easier way. So we'll just go ahead and hide those layers. So you make your text again, and let's just get a different font to make it interesting. Also, fonts with textures on them aren't the best. We'll just do this. You have the text. Make it a little bit smaller. Some fonts might be different sizes. And also, if there's these big gaps in between, you can go and select all of it. You can do that by doing Control A after you're in it, and go to tracking, and you'll be able to control the width in between. And you can also type it in here if it's going too fast. So I think I'm gonna do about 25, maybe that should, minus 25. Make sure you're on minus, and it'll be okay. It doesn't look super good. It doesn't matter too much, but some fonts will have really big gaps. So then you can go into text, make sure you select everything, and go to warp and hit arc. And you'll have this arc right here. You can bend it and stuff. Make it 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter how much, but you can also do vertical distortion, which tilts it like that. And you only want to do a little bit of that, or else it'll look kind of weird. Okay, and then duplicate the layer by doing Control J or just hitting duplicate layer. And you'll want to color overlay the bottom layer again, not satin. And how to get to there, also you can go to effects, it's EFF right here, and that makes it really nice. Just put these under here so it doesn't mess me up. Anyway, we'll have that, and you'll have the text right here, and you have your arrow keys on your computer, and just do one arrow down, and it'll move it down one, and then do Control J, and then move it down, and then do Control J, and then move it down. and hit the arrow key, so you're just moving layers down. You can get really fast at it, like right here. I'm doing it fast. You don't have to do it every time, but this just makes a straight one down. You can't do curves or make it look like the last one. And so you can do this a lot, but it can look pretty good right here. And then you'll do the top layer and then hold shift and go to the very bottom layer and hold shift when you're doing that, and then tap that with both your fingers and hit merge layers, and you'll have that right there. So that's your bottom part of it, and you can go and do a gradient overlay, have a little bit of shading and difference in that, and then you can do a little there. You can also switch it to overlay if you want. It might make it look a little different, but I'm just going to keep it on normal for now and turn the opacity down. You don't want it to be too heavy. So there you have it. You can use this text in any thumbnail. There are 2 different ways I just showed you. I might do a different way in the future, but I hope you like this tutorial, and tell me if you want more GFX tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching.